We are coming up on a new year, and most of us are going to create resolutions. Most of those resolutions revolve around something physical. You want to lose weight, you want to start exercising, working out. How many of you actually pick resolutions that are based around mindset? What is it? What are the new thoughts that you have to adopt and that you have to stick to? How often have you set physical resolutions and not followed through? How often have you set those resolutions and maybe you went to the gym and you were only there 2 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 2 months, but then you did not stick with it and you never achieve your goals. And then you spiral. And then you go through the year and then you get to the end of the year and you go, oh, okay, I'm just gonna set the same resolution again. As you go into this new year, there's a couple of things that I want you to think about. Number one, as you pick whatever resolution is, whatever thing that you want to accomplish in this coming year, and there's multiple things, right? So you should have several facets. You should have your physical, you should have your emotional, your spiritual, your relational. What are all of the things that you want to accomplish in all the facets of your life? And when you think about that, what is it that you have to, who is it that you have to become to accomplish those things? And then what is it that you have to give up to get those things? So thinking about that, there's so many habits and mindset things that we take into this new world that we think we can change and become a different person, but we're taking the same person into it. You've got to strip down and become someone different and someone new and even someone better in the process. And isn't that really the whole purpose of life, is improving ourselves from one day to the next, being somebody better today than you were yesterday? So whatever it is that you want to do, you've got to change it up here first. You have to think about, you've got to give up certain things, and you have to be okay with giving up those certain things. You have to want the new thing so much more than you want to keep the old thing. It's like dragging a big iron anvil, around with you, or some big heavy weight. You've got to let that go. And then who do you need to become? What kind of mindset and person do you need to become? Do you need to become someone, if you want a better relationship in your life, do you need to become somebody who doesn't always have to be right? How many people do you know in your lives that they always have to be right? And they will give up happiness just to be right. I know a few people like that. And those are very difficult relationships. And sometimes you've got to give those relationships up too. And sometimes they give us up. And that's okay, because it's an opportunity for us to grow and expand our own minds and our own relationships all around us. But do you always need to be right? Do you always need to be able to, are you somebody who can soften? Are you somebody who can see the other point of view for people? Who is it that you need to become? And what kind of grace do you need to have for yourself? Are you hard on yourself? Do you make excuses for yourself? Do you give yourself the opportunity to rest when you need to? We drive so hard, and I see so many moms of young kids in my practice constantly driving and saying, I can't slow down. I can't think about myself. I have no time for myself. I can't take 10 minutes to exercise. I can't spend 20 minutes driving to the gym because it's 40 minutes out of my day. At some point, you've got to figure that out, because you'll never become the person you want if you're not willing to give up the person you are. So going into the new year, let's go in and start to strip down layers. Let's become the people that we know we can become. And it's a constant battle. It's one day, each day, being better the next day than you are the previous day. And we can all do this. Maybe it's just being more kind to somebody. Maybe it's opening up and forgiving somebody in your life. Maybe it's opening up new relationships, reaching out to somebody. There's oftentimes, we put up walls and we are so stubborn and we let pride stand in our way. But if we just dropped that pride a little bit and we reached out, we were able to extend more kindness, extend more love, hug more people, smile more, that level of happiness that you can attract into your life, that alone is life-changing. You start feeling who you are in your core, in your heart, and your opportunities are limitless. So I want you to think about that from that lens as you go into 2023. Become somebody else, become somebody new, and it's okay. You can change. We are who we are at our core, but we can start stripping some layers back, because you really start thinking about who you are and looking around you, and maybe you don't particularly like some of your habits. You know, some people, they say, oh, I got a short fuse, or and I see it a lot in my practice. People who are in pain a lot, they're mean to their spouses. You can't have that. You've got to change that. You don't want to be mean to the ones around you, the people you love. You've got to love and support them. Wake up each day and ask yourself, how can you be better? How can you serve the people around you each and every day? And when you start to do that, and you start to take care of yourself from that loving perspective and take care of the others, it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you are kind and loving on the outside, the more you're going to feel that on the inside, and the more you're going to then want to expand into whatever new person that you're telling yourself you want to be. But you cannot do it with the old person. So I hope that's helpful as we go into the new year. You cannot drag the old you with you. What are the things that you need to give up, and what are the things that you need to change? Who can you become? We can all become somebody a little bit better, a little bit more loving, a little bit more forgiving, and far more kind. So I wish you all the best as we go into this new year. And if I can at all love and support you in any way, please let me know. I appreciate all of you watching this. Without you, I can't grow. And so I am just beyond grateful that you're here watching me and supporting me. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.